Correct. Hi, everyone. We are at the end of the 2 exciting days of the symposium. Over the last 2 days, we heard some talks under two really interesting and important mini symposia themes, monitoring of water birds and understanding causes of population change. And some really interesting points of discussion emerged through some of these talks. We looked at some incredible collaborative efforts like the W3 counts and the local collaborations at Perur Lake Forum and Thane Creek, and the challenges involved in monitoring river birds along long linear hydrological systems. Monitoring water birds is not an easy task. It's complicated given the challenges involved in standardizing protocols, keeping these efforts going in the long term, and so on. We saw several new efforts through the speed talks from all over the country, and we hope that as a community, we can enable each other to keep some of these efforts going in the long term. Through some of today's talks, we saw the incredible importance of long-term monitoring and how some of these efforts are irreplaceable when it comes to understanding why our bird populations are changing. And some of the long-term work in these different landscapes has been crucial to our understanding of causes of population change in the face of climate change. We also saw some examples of interventions that have helped ascertain why our vultures are declining or why there are sudden crashes in populations of pelicans all over South India. Some other efforts like the skimmer work were inspiring and made us feel optimistic as well. We've all read about sparrows and the electromagnetic radiation in popular culture, but today we learned how a systematic study can help bust some of these myths and bring attention to the real issues that our birds are facing. We also had some really interesting speed talks today, ranging from a wide variety of topics. I hope that we have collectively learned a great deal in the last 2 days. I certainly feel so. And this effort was made possible through the support of several people who I would like to thank in the next few minutes. Firstly, I'd like to thank some of our speakers for the short talks and speed talks. You're the reason why this symposium is possible every year. I would also like to thank our keynote speaker, Umesh, for taking the time to speak to the bird monitoring community about the wonderful and inspiring work that they have been doing in the Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary for the last 14 years. Next, this would not be possible every year without our tech team, Amit and Tamiran. I think we get better at this every year. Thank you so much for all the help. Our volunteers on Discord, it has been really, really helpful. Alan, Mittal, Ashwin, Praveen, and Arnav. A special thanks to Arnav for running some great polls and quizzes this time. To all our watchers and listeners, if you have not taken a look so far, please go to Discord to check this out. We have a separate channel for polls and quizzes, and there's also scope to bring up some important and interesting discussion topics there. Next, I'd like to thank the mini symposia conveners for carefully curating talks for both days, Ramesh Kumar and Madhumita Panigrahi, Varun Kher and Tarun Menon. I'd also like to thank our supporters and well-wishers, Neerav Bhatt, Parag Kokne, Amol Kokne, Jayan Thomas, Arpit Bansal for sharing our interest in the cause and enabling the symposium this year. Finally, I thank my co-organizers, Monica Kaushik, Parveen Sheikh, Suhail Kadar, Tarun Menon, and Varun Kher for their patience and all the hard work in making this event happen. Some final announcements for everyone. The Discord channels will be open for a few weeks going forward for everyone to catch up on talks and discussions. We run this as a community server, so keep sharing your work on the server to keep in touch with the community through the year. We have not been very successful in doing this in the past years, but we hope that over time we are able to keep this community active. Also, please take a couple of minutes to fill out the feedback form, which will be posted in the announcement section, or I think it's already been posted in the announcement section. It really helps us plan the symposium every year, and we also understand what you thought of the program this year and how we can improve going forward every year. Finally, thank you everyone for joining us. We hope that we see you next year for the symposium, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks.